So you're absolutely right. Tomorrow is a very big day, and the point I would make to everybody wondering what to do is if you want to help with your family budgets and you want to make sure that you've got more at the end of the month, then make sure that you vote Conservative, because when you look at the council taxes, the efficiency of Conservative councillors versus Labour councillors, it's Labour councillors that go bankrupt, it's Conservative councils that deliver better value for money, and Conservative councils have the lowest council taxes in the country. So bins collected, potholes filled in, better value for money.
My second question is to you. Do you agree with your Cabinet Minister George Eustace that should buy value ranges in supermarkets to price? Isn't that advice that country doesn't illustrate the fact that your government doesn't understand the challenges people are facing?
What we want to do is help people in any way that we can through the aftershocks of COVID. What you've got is inflationary spikes, mainly in energy, but that's knocking on into all sorts of other costs for people, for families. So we're helping in the immediate term. £22 billion package, £9.1 billion going on fuel alone. All sorts of measures that people may know about: cutting your council tax, giving you support for cold weather payments and so on. Extra money for councils. But the most important thing is to have a strong economy with high wage, high skilled jobs. So here we are at Southampton Airport, where they have a great plan to expand the number of jobs that they currently have, offer more services, but also take steps to protect the environment at the same time. Plus, they've got a free port coming in, or the site for the Southampton free port will be partly based here, and that will again, and it's something we're able to do because of Brexit, that will drive more jobs as well. So the best future for the country is get through the tough patch that we have now, support people in any way that we can. But remember, this is we're now seeing a lot of employment and people in high wage, high skilled jobs. That's a much better position to be in than we were in the 1980s or 1990s. Not for me, it isn't.
Doesn't that go
They don't want a windfall tax, and there's a good reason for that, and that is because it would stop investment in new technology and in new green power that we need. The problem we've got is that this is an incredible country, incredible economy, 5th biggest in the world, but we're mainlining energy from France. It's insane. We haven't invested enough in our own domestic energy. And we need these big energy companies to step up to the plate and put their money into sustainable solutions, more green energy to help keep costs down. Now, that is a much, much better solution than clobbering them and dissuading them, stopping them from making that investment. We need those companies to be investing now in the power supply that is going to keep costs down.
Why is Rwanda a refugee policy today, which already explains why some have said there are legal challenges in policy? It's not that.
There are bound to be legal challenges, but this is something that we agreed, the Migration and Economic Partnership is something that we agreed with Rwanda. It's a great deal between two countries, to each helping the other. And yes, of course, there are going to be legals, liberal left lawyers who will try to make this difficult. And of course, we always knew this was going to happen. But it is a very, very sensible thing. If people are coming across the channel illegally, and if their lives are being put at risk by ruthless and unscrupulous gangsters, which is what is happening at the moment, you need a solution. And you need something that is going to say to those people, to those gangsters, I'm sorry, but you can't tell your customers, you can't tell these poor people that they're just going to come to the UK and they're going to be lost in the system, because we're going to find a way of making sure that they go immediately to Rwanda. And I think that's a humane, compassionate and sensible thing to do. I'm not going to pretend to you that it is going to be without legal challenges. I think I said that when I announced it, but we will get it done. Thank you.
Good. Prime Minister, some may feel that the levelling up agenda has taken you away from Conservative heartland, so you're not doing enough for this part of the world.
Come on, Peter. And you know, I very much I understand why people are fascinated by levelling up, and they're right, because it's a great agenda for the whole country. And it's the right thing for the UK. Look, here we are at Southampton Airport, right by the station. It's got amazing potential for connectivity within the UK, but also abroad. There's a plan, as you know, to have more jobs, more growth here. Also to make it a part of the free port as something we can deliver as a result of Brexit. Now, that is exactly what I mean by levelling up. Of course, there are parts of the south of the UK which have pockets of deprivation, but there are also parts of the southeast, London and the southeast, where you have so much crowding that people are worried, particularly about overdevelopment. So the levelling up agenda is about unleashing the potential of the whole of the country.
And yet rising prices is what's on everyone's mind at this election. What would you say to reassure people that you still have their backs?
I totally understand why people are feeling the pressures caused particularly by the cost of energy that's feeding through into food and just about everything else, and you can see it everywhere. So the most important thing, and we do think it'll abate. We do think it'll come down, but I can't give you the answer to that. But we think in the medium term it will certainly come down. But what we need to do, get people through this, just as we got people through COVID, being as compassionate, as ingenious as we can be. Think of all the ways we can help. Without, we've got to remember that we only have limited resources of taxpayers' money, so we have to be sensible about how we do it. But then deal with the supply side issues that are causing the inflation spike. So there are issues particularly to do with the cost of energy that we can fix by making sure that we boost our UK energy supply. And how crazy it is that as one of the greatest countries in the world, fifth biggest economy in the world, we're mainlining energy from France. We need to have more homegrown supply. We need to be investing more in our own energy. That's why we had the British Energy Security Strategy, more nuclear, more offshore wind that I announced the other day, plus more hydrocarbons as well as a transition.